lead people into more and more ungodliness, and their talk will spread like gangrene. Among them are Hymenaeus and Philetus, who have swerved from the truth, saying that the resurrection has already happened. Okay, here's the situation in Ephesus. Timothy is there. He's preaching the good news about Jesus, but there are some other teachers who have shown up, Hymenaeus and Philetus. And their message is kind of based on Christianity, but they are riffing on Christianity. They are elaborating. They are extemporizing. They're frankly substituting a lot of things in Christianity that they don't like with stuff that they do like. So the Christian message is that Jesus has come into the world. He's God himself. He calls us to a life of self-sacrifice and self-denial. It will mean a life of joy and virtue and peace and godliness now, but it often includes suffering and pain, and that is part of the deal. That is part of God's design, because that suffering and pain helps us to holiness. And it is all leading forward to an eternal resurrection life with God. That's the broad outline of what God has come into the world to say. And Hymenaeus and Philetus said, sounds great, except for that whole part about suffering. Now, while the details aren't entirely clear, they show up and they say something like this to the Ephesian church. They say, Paul was right. Jesus came into the world to rescue the world. Jesus died and he rose again. We will die and rise again. But where Paul got it wrong is that you can have a resurrection right now. It's not a physical resurrection, it's a spiritual one. And if you follow my teaching, your spirit can be resurrected, and you can have all the blessings of heaven in this life right now, and we can bypass all the pain. We can bypass the suffering. We can bypass what Paul himself is going through. Hymenaeus and Philetus would have known. Like, you guys have heard how Paul's life ended up, right? He's in jail, waiting to be executed. We can just skip all the unpleasantness of what Jesus has called us to.